Hi guys, this is Noiser with another episode of Quick Tips, the series where I post short videos, each containing one tip to help you improve your game in Rainbow Six Siege. Today I'm going to talk about something that is a basic military tactic that works really well in Rainbow Six Siege as well, and that is suppressive fire. Suppressive fire is where you pin down the enemy by firing at their position so they can't return fire as you advanced or reposition. In real life, this is often performed by two squads, alternating suppressive fire and moving forward. In some games, like Battlefield, there is a mechanic that actually affects the player on the receiving end, even if the bullets don't hit, causing visual effects, lower accuracy and similar things. That makes it harder to return fire. This is not the case in Rainbow Six Siege, as far as I know anyway, but it's still quite effective. In this situation, for example, I keep firing the corner to get into cover. For some reason, the enemy decides to step right into my bullets, which usually doesn't happen, but I'll gladly take an easy kill when it's offered. In a similar way, I suppress Montaigne in this clip, first to prevent him from lowering his shield to get the kill on my downed teammate, then to allow me to go for the revive as he crawled up to a more safe location. This is also useful when rushing an enemy to prevent them from peeking and returning fire. In this case, all this guy can do is back up and try to get into cover as I'm shooting continuously. When playing bomb, especially at objectives like this that is easy to get to from the outside, using suppressive fire can help to slow down the enemy attack and get them to lose some initiative. Here I do a couple of consecutive peeks and pre-fires and get a lucky headshot after a few bursts. As long as someone is constantly putting a few rounds towards their general direction, it gets pretty hard for the attackers to get in and plant. What they should have done here is probably to put Montaigne in front of the person defusing, which would have made it much more difficult for us. In that case, they could have managed to get the diffuser in place and then use suppressive fire themselves to prevent us from destroying it. Like I did here. As soon as I armed the diffuser, I started to suppress while backing away to get a better position. In this game, I didn't have anyone on TeamSpeak though, but if someone would have kept on suppressing while I was reloading and getting a better position, it would have been pretty hard for the defenders to get to the diffuser. So, to sum this up, try using suppressive fire to pin down the enemy if you need to reposition to get cover or a better angle, if you need to get to a downed teammate, pick up a drop diffuser or something similar. I think this tactic works quite well sometimes if you want to keep the enemy from getting in through a certain door or window, unless you have multiple angles to cover or if you're low on ammo, of course. It will work best if you can coordinate with a teammate, but it's something to keep in mind even when playing by yourself, I think. So that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on suppressive fire in Rainbow Six Siege? Do you use it and find it effective, or is it something you've never thought of doing? Share your thoughts by leaving a comment below, and please give me a thumbs up if you found this helpful in any way, as that really means a lot to me. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my future content. On Thursday, it's time for another episode of Equipped, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!